What is up, guys? It's Superken from Superken Gaming. If you're on the channel, please subscribe, leave a comment saying hi, thumbs up. If you like the video already, share this video with your friends. And I've been so busy, so this video is so late, but welcome to the Hidden Gems for September 2021. Hidden Gems are any game that I feel deserves more attention than they're getting. So let's hop right into it with my number 5 hidden gem. You can get this game on the Series X, Xbox One, and the PC. I Am Fish. It's currently on Game Pass, so it's free. You have no reason to not check it out. There's no Metacritic score. The average is looking like around 74 from the scores that are up. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10, which is between okay and good. I Am Fish is from the makers of I Am Bread. This is a sequel, you know, in the bread universe. But basically, there's these 4 fish. They're best friends. You know, they're in a fish tank, you know, having a good old time, and they get snatched up because little do they know they live inside of a pet shop. So they're all snatched up and they're separated and they miss each other and they want to get back to this big body of water and be reunited. So one by one, you play as each fish trying to get to that big body of water. Each are different. You play as a goldfish who's just rolling around and you know, in his little fish tank, but you know, you eventually get out and you're going through the sewers and all this other stuff. You know, you're in mop buckets, flying fish, which I hated. I hate the flying fish. There's a piranha which bites things and tears things, and there's a puffer fish where you can, you know, you hop out of the water and like roll down the hill and then get back in the water before. It's a really fun game. It's physics based. It's gonna frustrate you. It's gonna annoy you, but it's fun and it's worth checking out. And again, if you have Game Pass, you have no reason to not at least try it. My number 4 hidden gem is the last game I played, Xuan Sword 7. I actually looked up videos on how to pronounce words in Chinese so I could review this game. I still probably butchered the word. Xuan Yuan, which means the Yellow Emperor's Sword 7. I don't know who the Yellow Emperor is. I didn't play the other 6 games, but this game made me want to go back and play it. You can play this game on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. It comes out, is today Tuesday or is it Monday? Today's Tuesday, so it should come out today in North America. It's been out in the Asian regions for the PlayStation for about a year now. I've had this game for about a year. I just haven't had the time to get to it. I finally made myself play this game because, you know, it's coming to North America today. And I'm so glad it did. It has an average on Metacritic of about 81. Again, it doesn't have a Metacritic score, but the average is looking about 81. I gave it an 8 out of 10. The user scores are lower, and I don't know. I'm confused. Maybe it's fans. I didn't read the user reviews. Maybe it's fans of the series and they don't like the direction that this one goes. Like, I don't know if this is more actiony than the other ones, but it's not a Witcher game, but in a way it's like an 8.5 hour long linear Witcher game. You know, you're taking on these big enemies. You know, it's a story of this brother and his little sister. I wouldn't consider this a spoiler, but for the sake of it, you didn't sign up for spoilers by clicking this video. You just sign up for, you know, cool games to play. So I won't say what I'm gonna say, but if you want to go see my review, I say it in my review. I don't necessarily consider it a spoiler, but something happens in the beginning of the game, and let's just say your village is under attack, and yeah, you run away with your little sister, and you know, she's been sick since a baby, and the whole game is about you trying to find a way to help your sister be better. It's weird because we're like conditioned to you know, see games that are developed from, you know, China, Korea, Japan, and think that it's a certain game, but this is like a very Western game, sort of like Ghost of Tsushima in a way. It's very similar to Kena Bridge of Spirits. Just imagine that there's no 3D platforming. You know, it's The Witcher meets Kena Bridge of Spirits, and all the gameplay is fun and the traversing is fun and finding the secrets is fun. My favorite part of this is the story, and I love this game. Like, if you love a good story and you love Chinese mythology, play this game. Everything is Chinese. There is English subtitles. There's no English voice acting, but like I say in my review, and all my reviews for all these games are down below. Like I said in my review, like, when you do have to read, it's snappy, you know, it's to the point. There's not like walls and walls of stuff to read. Just even while you're walking and they're having dialogue and growing the, you know, there's character development as you're walking and they're talking to each other, building these relationships. It's just like one line. All right, now let's focus back on the action. Let's, you know, fight and keep going. And it's a really special game and it deserves your attention. My number 3 hidden gem for the month is WarioWare Get It Together for the Nintendo Switch. It currently has a Metacritic score of 76. I gave it an 8 out of 10. WarioWare, I was not expecting to love as much as it did. This is my first ever Wario game. It's basically a collection of micro games. You know, you go through the story mode to unlock the characters. All the characters handle different. Like, one of them, you know, they'll throw a boomerang and it comes back. There's one that is constantly jumping. There's one that you know, like a Flappy Bird. You have to tap, and there's an alien that can, you know, fly around. Every character handles differently, and it's like a gauntlet game. You know, you unlock all your characters, you pick your favorite 5 characters, and then you go through these gauntlets of these micro games. You know, like, squeeze this tube of toothpaste. You go up, squeeze it, boom, done. Next game. You know, it's over and over and over. The timer gets faster and faster and faster. Like, complete these games faster and faster and faster. And again, each character handles different. So, you know, like, one character, like, squeeze a toothpaste, easy. But then there's one character who's on a skateboard, always going back and forth and like shooting up. Like, it's harder because you have to time it. You know, it's really fun, and you can do, you know, gauntlets with friends. Like, you're gonna have at least a good weekend to a week with WarioWare Get It Together, and I think it's a fun party game. My number 2 or number 4, if we're counting backwards, number 2. Hidden gem for the week, for the month of September. By the way, all these games don't have to come out the previous month. You know, I'm like, cause we're doing. It's gonna be too soon to do it next week, but maybe at the end of next week we're gonna do a spooky hidden gems, more spooky games. And you know, these games didn't all come out in recent times. You know, maybe a year ago. You know, some spooky games for you to play for the spooky season. But number 2 or number 4, however you are counting at home, is Kena Bridge of Spirits. Kena Bridge of Spirits is like, you want just kidding. You can get Kena Bridge of Spirits on the PS5, PS4, and PC. It currently has a Metacritic score of 82. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, which is between great and amazing. Kena Bridge of Spirits is such a beautiful game. It's a 3D platform. All these people are like, oh my god, this is the best PS2 game of the year. Kena Bridge of Spirits is nothing like a PS2 game. Like, I can understand if all you do is stick to the AAA games every year and you don't play indies. Like, you don't have a grasp of reality of what a PS2 game looks like anymore. And it's like, oh, this reminds me of years ago. It's like, no, Kena Bridge of Spirits is more so like a modern Tomb Raider meets The Pathless, which just came out on PlayStation 5. Basically, you know, you're doing these environmental puzzles. Not like, oh, I have to throw switches. It's just like, oh, I see the thing, I have to shoot it and follow the beam and shoot it and follow the beam and shoot it. You know, it's very simple. It's more so like, see the thing to hit and hit it. It's not about rearranging or throwing switches or, yeah, now I have to go here and go there. It's very just, you know, you relax, you don't have to think, just go forward, like, oh, I have to find something here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. You know, it's more like an I Spy puzzle. And the pacing is so good that the puzzles aren't annoying, the combat isn't annoying, the combat isn't fun, but it's not annoying. Drop it down the story mode, have a good time. There's a crazy difficulty spike when it comes to bosses, so just drop it down the story mode, you know? You're not Kena Bridge of Spirits is one of those games where I feel like you're not missing out and you're not breaking the game by playing on an easier mode, because these are nuisance enemies. They're not enemies for you to hone your skills on, to have fun, like nothing like that. They're just like, they're in your way of the story, and it starts out with a really beautiful story. You know, the animations are amazing. This is from, you know, an animation team, and you know, there's 3 different stories, 3 different spirits you're helping move on, basically. And the first one really made me cry. The other 2, I didn't care all too much, but it was still worth pushing through the end, collecting all these little rock characters, getting little hats for them. Kingdom Bridge of Spirits is probably the most special game of the year, maybe. I don't know. When I look back for my top 25, I'll decide that later. But for now, in my mind, this is the most special and unique game of the year. And my number one hidden gem is Road 96. Road 96, you can play on the Switch and you can play on the PC. It currently has a Metacritic score of 79. I gave it a 9 out of 10. This is the best narrative adventure of the year, hands down. Sorry Not Sorry Life is Strange, but it is. Road 96 is basically a game of these kids trying to escape the country, and you meet a crazy cast of characters along the way, all with this amazing writing. You're not just one kid. You'll get to the border, you'll have an option of like, do I want to try and escape this route or this route? And if you succeed or fail, the next kid has to make the same journey, meeting the same characters. Not the same journey, like you're still going to the same place, but it's you're going to different areas. It's not like a death loop of like, okay, now I have to, do this section over and over, but as a different character. That's not what it's like. You're still going towards the same end goal, but you're stopping at different gas stations, at different, hotels, things like that. But you're still meeting the same cast of characters along the way and getting to know them more. But the thing is, like, your story can end at any moment. Any moment, your character's story can end, and now you're a new kid. So you really have to be careful with your choices. Like, your choices actually matter here, and I haven't felt like my choices mattered this much in a game since the first season of Telltale's The Walking Dead, which in my mind is a masterpiece when it comes to narrative adventures. Like, season 1 of The Walking Dead is a 10 out of 10. Road 96, a 9 out of 10. It's close. But if you love narrative adventures, like, this is a must play. Play Road 96. And out of all of my 5 games, if you were to play one, I would say play Road 96. The storytelling is amazing. Characters are goofy. Like, it's not the most polished and amazing looking game, but it's a really special experience. I hope it comes to Xbox and PlayStation so that it reaches a larger audience than, just the Switch and PC. But yeah, play these games. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Superken Gaming. Thanks for watching. Tune in maybe in a week and a half for a spooky edition of Hidden Gems, where I give you 5, not necessarily horror games, but spooky games to play in October. Thanks for watching, of course. Stay beautiful. You thought that video was good? Ha! You should probably watch this video, the very video that's on your screen right now, that YouTube hand-selected for you. Out of all my thousands of videos, this is the one that I want you to watch next. And make sure you're subscribed, because I'm not a genie or anything, but I'm pretty sure you get 42 years of bad luck if you made it this far into my video and you're not subscribed. You don't have to subscribe. I'm just looking out for you. I'm just looking out for your luck and your life.